be present in the world. Fight us here. Let us give a resounding welcome.
Thank you very much, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Mrs. Harrison, that's the children's advocate. We would have loved to be here. She's actually still on the North Coast attending a 3-day seminar. So I hope I'll be and able to substitute for her. As Mr. Darby alluded to, well, you see in the papers a lot of reports, a lot of articles about cases of child abuse. I interact daily with a lot of children, and I'm telling you, people cannot begin to understand what they go through when they're abused, not just sexual abuse, not just physical, but simple things that people, or what people call simple. But even when you neglect the children, they'll tell you, Mommy doesn't talk to me, Mommy doesn't speak to me, when she tells me hello, she doesn't say anything to me, all she does is tell me, go to school, she'll go to work, when I come in and do my homework, and that's it, we don't have any mommy and daughter time, or mommy and son time. We get a lot of complaints like that. No, I think most of what has been reported in the media is in relation to sexual abuse, because Dr. Sandra Knight, that was what she was seeing in the hospital, where a lot of children were coming in with sexual abuse cases. No, I don't think that it is that we are getting more reports. It's simply that one person spoke out, and as a result of that, we have increased reporting, but it is still going on. There are some who I've met, and they are charged for, let's say, possession of ganja. And at our office, sometimes we end up having to represent children with possession of ganja cases. And in your discussion with the child, they'll tell you that they have a lot of problems, and that's why they smoke. And when you ask them what kind of problems, depending on how they feel about you, and I suppose being young is an advantage when I'm dealing with a lot of the children, they tend to be very trusting. And they'll explain to you that daddy used to fun with them, cousin used to trouble them. I'm a 7-year-old child who, she's 10 now and was raped, and we are struggling just to bring it before the court because the child is so afraid to talk. And, especially when you live in a community where sexual abuse is, well, I can say from my own parish that there are some persons in my parish who believe it's not really a big deal. I mean, it's just a little sex rich. You heard the advocate every chance she gets, she keeps reiterating that that's the view of a lot of people, and I'm telling you it's absolutely true. And I said to her, I have stories from my parish where people will say, you don't need to go to the police if somebody rapes you because it didn't hurt you. It's not a big deal. That's the kind of reaction. And when you have family members who are not supporting the child is not going to speak out. And if the child goes to court, it's easy for the child to suddenly change their mind and say, I don't want to say anything, they go on the stand. And that's another issue why it's so hard to prosecute sexual abuse cases. And with the physical abuse, because in this country come from a culture of corporal punishment, it's hard to tell a lot of parents that you're not supposed to hit the child in a particular way. I'm not saying a little spank now and then it's physical abuse. But when you go to the point of you take the child's fingers and you put it in the fire, and you take a piece of board and you hit the child across his back, or if you get a complaint that the child was in a bathroom with some boy or something, depending on the parent, they might decide we're going to step in the child's vagina, or we're going to, kick him on his penis or something, so he knows that he's not supposed to do that again. These are the kinds of cases that are out there, and it's the reality. And the more you make persons aware of what is happening, the better it is for the children. Because at the end of the day, I can tell people I am a product of my childhood or the quality of my childhood. And if a lot of people, sometimes you see them as adults and they behave a particular way. When you happen to sit down with them, they'll tell you that, I'm shy, I'm reserved because this used to happen to me. So we don't want our children, all our children. It's good when some persons are shy. I myself, was very shy. People couldn't believe when I said I wanted to be a lawyer because I was always very quiet. But sometimes when you look beyond the bashfulness, there's an underlying reason as to why that person is shy and reserved. I'm going to go into a little bit of the theory in terms of the types of abuses that you have. Ms. Francis had initially asked that I speak on human trafficking and child labor. And then, she said child abuse because it's very, very topical. But a lot of people would not recognize that trafficking in children and child labor is also a form of abuse. So it comes under child abuse. So I'll touch a little bit on it. Who is a child? For the purposes of... I'm not breaking Oh, okay. When I was doing the presentation, I said once I've always seen people do the sliding thing, so I tried out, but I didn't know how to actually manipulate this here. Okay, for the purposes of Jamaica, and I think it's a worldwide thing because the Convention on the Rights of the Child, which is the antecedent for the Child Care and Protection Act, defines a child as an individual under the age of 18 years. Now, some persons say it should be, they find it a little inconsistent that you say a child is under 18 but the age of consent is 16. But, that's another day of discussion, and that's really up to Parliament to, make the transition from, or to decide whether they're going to increase the age of consent or not. Okay. What is child abuse? Child abuse is any act or failure to act on the part of a parent or caretaker which results in death, serious physical or emotional harm, sexual abuse, or exploitation of a child. Any act or failure to act which presents an imminent risk of serious harm to a child also counts as child abuse. And for the little ones in here, I'm not seeing too many young faces. That's here. But if at any point in time you don't understand something, remember you are at the research conference. Types of child abuse: physical, emotional, neglect, sexual abuse, trafficking in children, and child labor. So it's very, very broad. Physical abuse is any act or failure to act that leads to the non-accidental physical harm of a child or that places the child's physical well-being at risk. It includes but is not limited to beating, burning, choking, and believe me, we have a lot of cases. The registry, that's the Office of the Children's Registry, will tell you cases where neighbors or just persons observing will call and say, I'm tired of seeing this person choking a child, choking their own child. Kicking, punching, harmful restraints, and the use of a weapon or instrument. You cannot begin to imagine how many children have said when they do something wrong, mommy or daddy draws a knife, mommy or daddy uses a gun to say, if you ever do it again, you know what can happen because you know what this drug does, right? You have many cases of children who will tell you. And for them, after a point in time, it's nothing new because, oh, my brothers and sisters, that happened to them, everybody in my community. That's the natural response. So sometimes they're talking to you and they're not really, quote unquote, informing on the parents. They're just saying what really happens and what is their reality. This should be this how can you determine or what you should look for in terms of signs for physical abuse? Unexplained bruises in various stages of healing or unexplained fractures. Sometimes you ask the child, they come to school for the teachers who are here and you see excessive burning on the fingers, and sometimes if you look beyond just the mere burns and ask them what happened, they'll tell you, Mommy pushed my hand in the fire, or I did something wrong and she threw the hot oil on me. And even if they tell you that in confidence, you have I will see it, that you have a duty to report. Abrasions and if you see any other injury that you wouldn't expect of a child, or especially where the bruise is. Children too, so it might be on the knee, you might say, okay, the child probably fell and, cut him or herself, but depending on if you see it in the back and it's like a long scratch, for some PE teachers who might observe that if you see it on the hand and it's really, really long and unusual, it might tell you that something external as opposed to the child falling contributed to that injury. The child who is physically abused might appear very nervous, they can be very hyperactive, they can also be very aggressive because they are products of their environment. So if your reaction to when they do something wrong is always to beat them, they turn around being the very same way, so they end up being very aggressive. Disruptive, you might be in a class and they're always shouting, they're always throwing down things, what you call the temper tantrum, and you can look for other destructive behavior. The undue fear of a parent or caretaker as well. If you see the child, if you mention calling in the parent as a teacher, I think I need to speak to your mommy. You see the child get very nervous. No, miss, don't call mommy, don't call daddy, that sort of thing, or don't call my guardian. You can ask them, why you don't want me to call mommy? Why you don't want me to call daddy? Is everything okay? And see what you can get from the child. Unusual awareness of physical contact, like they don't want you to touch them. This is usually a few symptoms of both sexual and physical, where you're going to touch them and they're jumping every minute, or if you come too close to them, they back away because they always see that somebody's going to come and hit them because that's what they are accustomed to. Now for emotional abuse, the emotional abuse is the overt or covert direction of hostility. That's whether that's for the children, open or hidden direction of hostility to a child by repeatedly threatening, withholding affection, negative criticism, and belittling the child. For those of you who might know of persons who have, especially, I think a lot of perhaps maybe some of the older parents or those who that's how they were raised, they tend to the child doesn't do well, or if they have issues with the father, you stay like you're good for not cook up, you walk late, that sort of thing, or you're not going to amount to nothing. You're going to stay here and you're going pregnant and have up the whole heap of kidney them just like your mom. That sort of a thing, and these are some of the things that children are told, and they will tell you if you sit down with them for an hour. Usually, my approach is always to start out talking to a child just about foolish things, you like dolls, or I'll tell them, when I was growing up, we used to have these cartoons. These were my cartoons, and